many countries all over the world, so many people, life tales told, different cities, languages, poems, amazing traditions, legends, stories. We travel east, we travel west, to know so much is the best. Is south is warm, north is cold. We start our trip and off we go.
Hi everybody, today we want to take a tour of our wonderful city of Dnipro. Let's start with the fact that Dnipro was founded in 1776 and since then the most wonderful people have been living here. Our city is famous for a large number of business centers, its historical sites and parks. So let's get started.
Opera and ballet theater is the biggest theater in the city. It is the main stage for guest music bands and artists.
In 1995, in Dnipro was commissioned the first line of subway. It is 7.1 kilometers long and it takes 14 minutes to get to the last station. Metro consists of only one line with 6 stations.
Behind me there is a new line of subway which construction started back in 1996 and still hasn't been completed. Due to the lack of funds, its construction was idle for a long time and resumed only in late 2010s. But as a result of the war, the project completion has been postponed indefinitely.
There have been a lot of interesting and exciting moments on the Dnipro circus history. Originally, it was built in 1885. It was located on the territory of the present opera and ballet theater. In 1811, the building was relocated to another big place, but some decades was moved again to current location. The visitors have all they need to enjoy the show. Today, despite all the visitors enjoy the numerals and original shows at the circus.
Dnipro waterfront is the longest in Europe, being 32 kilometers long. There are a lot of art objects, cafes and other places of rest on it.
Residential complex tower consists of 2 towers and considered the tallest building in Dnipro. At the time of construction, it was the tallest building in Ukraine.
The Shevchenko Park is the oldest and one of the most beautiful parks in the city and was founded in the 18th century. It covers an area of 6 hectares on which there are some historic buildings and structures. There is a park avenue, summer theater, palace of students formerly known as Potemkin Palace, the fountain, and the observation desk, which invites you to enjoy the wonderful surrounding views of waterfront.
We are now in front of Memorial House Museum of Dmytro Yavornitsky, one of the 6 branches of the Dnipro Historical Museum, which includes home of historian, archaeologist, the well-known explorer of Zaporozhian Cossacks. In this house he lived and worked for 35 years. This house was opened for visitors on November 3, 1988.
Dnipro residents make every effort to improve and develop the city. Furthermore,
it's a wonderful world!
English language gave me an opportunity to travel to different countries and to communicate with people from all over the world.
English language helped me to move to the United Kingdom and get education in local school with native speakers. Compared to the Ukrainian school, in Bainbridge High School I have to wear uniform every day, and for physical education we have special uniform too. Classrooms at school are equipped with everything necessary for studying.
Sometimes I
It's true. People say that these islands, Great Britain and Ireland, are called emerald. There are green fields here all year round because of climate and the Gulf Stream.
Коровка Милка.
Also, I want to say about London. It is a multinational city that combines classical royal foundations and modern life.
English helps me in different countries, for example in Turkey. Now look at the gorgeous Bosphorus in Istanbul.
As we can see, Turkish people respect their history and culture.
This is my father. He doesn't speak English, so he speaks with birds.
Hi everyone.
Hey,
I'm Dasha.
I'm Ola.
Because of war, many Ukrainians were forced to leave their cities and go abroad. We also left an unknown amount of the time, which was a difficult adaptation period, and required a lot of time to get used to life outside of Ukraine, to a new culture, cities and people.
Therefore today, when we have already enough experience and knowledge, we would like to tell you more about this extremely interesting country. It might be known by its history, by its rich culture and of course beautiful architecture.
So, it is located in Central Europe. The capital of the Czech Republic is Prague and the state language is Czech. The flag country consists of 3 colors: white, blue and red.
It borders 4 countries, such as Germany, Poland, Austria and Slovakia. The territory of the state consists of 3 historical regions, such as Bohemia, Moravia and Silesia. And the main rivers of the Czech Republic are the Vltava, Elbe and Morava.
What do we know about the history of the Czech Republic? The first mentions of the Czech state come from the early Middle Ages. The kingdom was founded on Bohemian lands in the 13th century, and its importance reached its peak in the 14th century under the reign of Charles IV, King of Bohemia and Roman Emperor.
A large number of streets and cities are named in his honor, as well as one of the best universities in the world, Charles University in Prague. But the Czech Republic emerged as an independent state only on January 1st, 1993, as a result of the division of Czechoslovakia. Now it's time to show you the best places in the Czech Republic that you can see if you come here. I live in the capital of the Czech Republic, Prague. The first mention of it was in the year 965. This city is a huge center of Czech culture. Its beauty fascinates with amazing architecture, old castles, cathedrals, bridges and streets. Almost every place in Prague has its own unique legend. So now I will show you some of these places and tell a little about their history. Prague Castle. Prague Castle is one of the main attractions, and according to the Guinness Book of Records, it is the largest ancient castle in the world. Indeed, Prague Castle was built in the 9th century. This is a whole fortress that stretches on the banks of the Vltava. From the height of Prague Castle you can see the whole city. It includes a complex of buildings and structures. The tallest building here is St. Vitus Cathedral. The height of its tower reaches almost 100 meters. And the construction took place, just imagine, for 600 years. Many legends and stories are associated with Prague Castle. Alchemists are said to have worked here to turn lead into gold. Charles Bridge. Charles Bridge is one of the most important sites of Prague. It connects the capital districts, Staré Město and Malá Strana. Nowadays, the bridge is pedestrian and open to everyone. Every day there are many tourists who can enjoy its view of the Prague Castle, the National Theatre and other outstanding culture sites. On the Charles Bridge you can see painting dealers, street musicians and artists, sellers of souvenirs and handmade jewelry. All this conveys the unforgettable flavor of Prague. The Old Town Square. The Old Town Square is the heart of Prague. It has been known since the 12th century, and since then it has become a very popular place.
In the beginning, it was a bustling market that was famous throughout Europe. Now it is a favorite place of all tourists and Czechs. The square is lined with beautiful Rococo buildings, but the most important buildings are the Church of the Virgin Mary and the Prague chimes. Chimes are a symbol of the Czech Republic, located in the old Prague town hall. Every day, hundreds of people gather here to hear their bell. The Cathedral of the Virgin Mary is the most important religious building on the right bank of the Vltava. Nowadays, all tourists come to Prague for Christmas to visit the old town square and enjoy the spirit of the holiday.
I am in the city of Ostrava, in the northeast of the country, almost on the very border with Poland. This is a completely different Czech Republic, but also incredibly beautiful.
Instead of the dreamy atmosphere of the ancient towns in Ostrava, you immediately feel the dynamics of an industrial city and a center of nightlife. Czechs themselves call Ostrava the still heart of the Republic.
Of course, there are also medieval streets, wonderful castles and churches, which I want to tell you about.
Central Masaryk Square. Masaryk Square, named after Thomas Garrick Masaryk, who was the first president of Czechoslovakia, is the heart of Ostrava. This market square has been the center of the city since the Middle Ages. In ancient times, its perimeter was surrounded by small wooden houses of merchants, which were completely replaced by stone buildings in the 19th century. One of the most beautiful buildings on the square is the Old Town Hall, which served the city's politicians until 1930. There are also a statue of Saint Florian from the second half of the 18th century, who is considered the patron saint of firefighters, the Marian column from the beginning of the 18th century, and a modern fountain. The new City Hall. The Town Hall is the largest city hall in the Czech Republic, built in 1930. The most notable feature of this building is a tall tower with an observation deck. On a clear day, even neighboring Poland can be seen from a height of 72 meters. On the square in front of the new town hall, there is a bronze statue of Icarus with a height of 3.5 meters. It is the third largest statue in the Czech Republic. The Cathedral of the Divine Saviour. The Cathedral of the Divine Saviour is one of the most beautiful buildings in the city of Ostrava, as well as the second largest church in Moravia and Silesia. Neo-Renaissance church building on Monsignor Šrampo Square, built in 1886. It is easily recognizable by its two tall towers. Inside, it is no less impressive than outside. The fresco decoration of the main altar, Adoration of the Lamb, deserves special attention.
Czechs and Ukrainians have always been closely related. Our history has a lot in common, because Czechs also had to fight for their independence. And also, Ukrainian Zakarpattia was part of Czechoslovakia for 20 years.
Ukrainians are currently the largest national minority in the Czech Republic. With the beginning of the war, the Czech Republic began to actively help Ukraine and opened its borders for refugees. Many Czech families invited Ukrainians to their homes. Czech schools and universities opened their doors to refugees, even without knowledge of the language. Czechs, together with Ukrainians, often organize rallies against Russian aggression, so that the world doesn't forget that the war is still going on.
The Czech Republic impresses with its beauty. Its cities are full of a unique atmosphere that makes us marvel at this again and again. And looking at this, I definitely want to say,
It's a wonderful world.
Hello everyone, my name is Nastya and I'm from Ukraine, Mariupol. Now I live in Germany, in a small town which is located in the south of Germany. Although this city is very small, with a population of 11,000, but it is very beautiful. There are 3 big supermarkets, several clothing stores and a railway station from which we can go to other cities. Also, I am studying at school now, in which I learn German language. First time it was very difficult, because all the lessons were held only in German. But you get used to it over time, and my teacher said that now I already have A2 German level. Schools are very well equipped. In each classroom are interactive whiteboards, modern furniture and even air control device. Classrooms are very convenient and modern.
Site is here, in front.
Of course, the place where I am now is very nice, quiet and safe. We get the support from German people and it's pleasant for us. But Ukraine is and will our dearest and most comfortable home, in where we want to return. Countries around the world open their doors for the security of Ukrainian people, and we are grateful for it. It's a wonderful world.
Hi everyone, I'm Diana and I'm a student of school 46. At the moment, for obvious reason, I'm in Poland. I also study at school here. I live in Szczecin. As I started talking about education, I will tell you about Polish. Just like in Ukraine, children attend to primary school at the age of 6 and 7 and study for 8 years. After the 8th grade, students take exams to enter a lyceum or college. They study at the lyceum for 4 years and at the college for 5 years. At the end of secondary education, students take matura in 4 subjects, 3 compulsories, math, Polish language, foreign language and 1 written advanced exam. They enter to university at the age of 19 and 20 and study for at least 3 years. This is Igor. He studied at Polish University and now he will tell us about it.
Cześć! Studia w Polsce nie jest takie trudne, ale też nie jest łatwe. Na początku, kiedy przyjechałem do Polski, miałem problemy z językiem, ale z dnia na dzień było coraz lepiej. Ze mną studiują koledzy, którzy starsi ode mnie na 2-3 lata, a to oznacza, że jestem w najmłodszej grupie, ale to nie było dla nas problemem, żeby się poznać i żeby razem studiować i razem spędzać czas. Także chciałbym bardzo podziękować moim kolegom, że pomogli mi tutaj szybko się zaadaptować i teraz u mnie wszystko w porządku.
What about me? I study at an international school where everything is completely different. Firstly, I have an IB grading system. This is international system. The school teach all subjects in English. I really like to be here very much. I want to mention that 90% of young people can communicate in English without any problems. I made friends with many people from Ukraine, Poland and not only. I spent almost every weekend with them. They are the best people. In the class, I have classmates from different countries. Hi, he's my classmate.
My name's Declan.
My name is Lila.
She's Francie. He's Carl. She's Lucrezia. Where are you from?
I'm from Canada.
I'm from Germany. I'm Hungary.
Estonia.
I am from Lithuania.
Let's move on to the city. Szczecin, like most Polish cities, is very beautiful. Many streets are old and very atmospheric. By the way, it used to be a German city and Catherine II was born here. Probably the first things I learned about is Brama Portowa, the port gate from which the road to Berlin went. This is the Szczecin Philharmonic. In the summer, when it got dark, was illuminated with colors of Ukrainian flag. Also, in the summer, next to the Philharmonic, there is a parade ground of Solidarity where rallies were held. Summer evenings can be spent atmospherically on the embankment. Live music, dancing, gathering in caves. Now there is nothing to do here. It's cold, windy, there is no music and no atmosphere. There are quite a few parks in Szczecin. They are all well groomed and clean. This is one of the shopping centers in Szczecin, Cascades Gallery. Oh, weather in Szczecin is still a mystery. Sunny in the morning and rainy 2 hours later. Now it's winter, but you can say it like that. During the winter there was snow once. The rest of the time, if it fell, it immediately melted. It's not very hot in summer, but once for almost a week it was 37 degrees. For Szczecin, it's boiling hot. And what about transport? In general, nothing special. There are public trams, buses, they run on schedule. At almost every stop there is an electric screen which shows when the transport will arrive. Let's ask if my friends and classmates like living in Szczecin. Do you like to live in Poland?
I love it here, it's amazing.
Yes, I enjoy it. However, it could be a little bit warmer.
I do love it, yes.
Yes.
Yeah, I actually do enjoy living in Poland and Szczecin, but I actually really miss my old country because I have friends. But I really like Diana because she is my friend.
Це мій друг.
Привіт, мене звати Юра.
Тобі подобається жити в Щецині?
Так, мені подобається жити в Щeciні, тут дуже красиво, там можна піти з батьками або з друзями кудись прогулятися.
Це моя подружка.
Всім привіт, мене звати Настя.
Тобі подобається жити в Щецині?
Мені не дуже подобається жити в Щецині, тому що я сумую за Україною, за своїм домом. Мені не подобається тут вчитись і мені тут дуже сумно.
Тому не всім подобається в Щецині. Poland is a great place to live, somewhat resemble of Ukraine. For example, Szczecin reminds me of the Dnipro, Warsaw, Kyiv, Zakopane, Zakarpattia. Each country has its own good and cousin. It's a wonderful world.